so please like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another Crypto Bros
And a HollyGirl.
podcast number 108.
What was that all about?
Just to make it different. That was all. Everybody
you,
off.
you failed miserably, Greg.
No, I think I succeeded.
Miserably.
Hey, before I go too much further, I want to say thank you for the hat. I got a new hat. So, can you read it?
Yeah, it's very small.
I can't get much closer.
Oh my gosh, I can't really.
Yeah. How was your guys' week while we wait for some people to stream in here?
I've been sick. Almost went to the hospital yesterday.
To the hospital?
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. I've been like maybe like a flu or something. My stomach hurt like really bad. And when my stomach hurts, I get like panic attacks and it's bad. Yeah.
So what did the doctor say?
Yeah, I called 911 and the ambulance showed up.
What?
Wait. We've got to talk about this.
It's happened before in the past, like long distance past, but like it hasn't happened in a while. I just wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, my heart's racing. Like it's beating fast. Like you can feel it. My son was like trying to hug me and hold me. He was like, "Holy crap, Dad, your heart's like going to pop out of your chest."
And your wife was gone for the weekend too,
my
right?
wife was gone. So it was bad. It was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, I'm freaking out. And I was sitting there debating whether to call 911. I tried to call my buddy Scott, who lives in town. He didn't answer. And then my son was like trying to console me. And I ended up calling 911. And they got here. My like blood pressure was like 170 over something, like really high. And within like 10 minutes, I calmed down and it was back to normal, like 120 something.
So did you think you were having a heart attack?
He doesn't have a heart.
Oh.
Jeez. Wow. No, it's a panic attack. There's nothing you could do. Like I knew what was going on, so I didn't freak out more because I've been through it before. You always think you're dying. And when you get past that thought, you start calming down.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Greg.
Like literally like dead asleep and just like instantly wake up freaking out. Like in about 2 seconds flat, like standing up, like, holy crap.
That has never happened to me, thank goodness.
Ditto.
Crap.
It sucks.
Yeah, that's scary. Well, I'm sorry you had to.
And the wife was not home, so that made it worse.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
What'd you do with the kids?
Well, that's why I was like, I can't go to the hospital. When the EMTs got here, I calmed down and I was like, they're like, you sure you don't want to go? I'm like, yeah, I can't leave my kids here.
I mean, you do have, friends and family out there that can assist
you.
Yeah, where? No. What was I going to do? Josh, he won't wake up.
He'd have to come and like wake me up physically out of bed.
Well, I do have wake up. Family and friends, but it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. And most people leave their phone on vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't answer.
I actually was awake at 1 o'clock in the morning last night.
Were you?
Yeah, I would have answered because I was still awake.
Crap.
You would have been, Holly. It would have only been 11 your time.
Sleeping.
What?
10 o'clock sleeping. No, actually, I watched.
You are getting old.
I am, but I did stay up kind of later just because I was watching this show called The Perfect Couple. And it's actually pretty good. But I binge watched it yesterday, so I had to finish it.
Speaking of pretty good, I caught a movie this weekend on Caleb's recommendation called Rebel Ridge on Netflix.
Oh.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
So did you like First Blood? Rambo First Blood?
Yes.
I don't know if I've ever actually watched the whole thing.
This is similar to that, but it is modern times and it's better, I think. Like it was actually a really good movie. You should check it out. The acting was really good. I don't know anybody. Well, there's only one person on it that I knew, and he's from The Office, but I don't even know his name. But it was a good movie. You should check it out sometime. Mike D would like it. I don't think she's happy with Mike D right now for some reason. I saw the eyes roll. Man.
Because if he likes it, most likely it's not my jam.
Oh, he'll like it. It's probably not your jam.
It's probably not my jam. Yeah. I
All right.
wasn't like a whole Rambo.
I wasn't either, honestly. The only reason I say it's kind of like Rambo is because it's a guy that was ex-military that is in a small town and things kind of go bad for him. It's not like he's got a army knife and shoots people with bow and arrows and things like that. It's just kind of the loner guy. It's pretty good though. Rebel Ridge, check it out.
Okay.
I will.
All right, so a couple things because there's actually a lot to talk about today. So I'm gonna not that we're gonna put it on fast forward, but I also don't think people really want to listen to us talk for 3 hours. So
No, and I'm going to be honest with you. My game starts at 1:25 my time. So, yeah.
you'll be all right. We were late to our game last week, Holly.
No, I don't care.
Your team sucks. I don't know why it should matter.
This is the one game every year I hate watching. So,
who are they playing?
The 49ers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but the Niners are banged up. Kittle's banged up. McCaffrey's banged up. Debo's banged up. It might be a 3-3 game and going into overtime. Who knows?
Oh.
Let's speak about that, though. I'll change the order.
On my screen.
Yeah, you're not frozen. Can you hear us?
I don't
Hey,
know.
do a little dance. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
You're frozen for a while.
Yeah, we heard you. You're not frozen on ours. But anyways, So let's talk about football. I had that on the list anyways. You brought it up. Last week's game, Cincinnati, Kansas City. We received so much hate on X over that game, like battles of like hate, and it got me thinking. So at the end, did you guys watch the end of the game where Mahomes threw the pass and it was a pass interference, kicked a game-winning 51-yard field goal?
Mm-hmm.
It got me thinking because people are saying how much like it's rigged for the Chiefs and all this sort of stuff. Do you guys think that the NFL is rigged?
Oh, don't ask me this question.
Because I am telling you, there are a lot of people out there that do.
Yes, Holly, what do you think? Go with your gut.
I mean, yes. However,
What?
I don't want to believe it. And so I choose not to.
Tell me why you think it's fixed.
I mean, there's just some things that happen. I mean, even player-wise, where it's like, how did you miss that? Like, and then they just don't care, or there's some game-winning calls or losing calls that were like clear as day, but somehow there was a flag, or I don't know. There's just little things here and there, and then
inconsistency.
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies. I think so.
Things happen at just the right time, a lot of times.
Well, here's the thing, though. The thing that I got bombarded with this week was the fact that everybody says the NFL's rigged towards Kansas City. Tell me how that makes any sense. You're going to take one of the smallest market teams in the NFL and decide, oh, we're going to let you win 3 out of the next 5 Super Bowls. I don't think anybody had that conversation. Holly, do you disagree?
I mean,
I think they cater to who has talent and then they push it.
But I don't know. I could kind of see it that way too, though, because the buzz around the Chiefs, what it brings into visually.
Only last year, though. They've already won 2 Super Bowls before that. I mean, 3 if you count the one in '69, but.
Well, I know, and then they kind of died off, and then here comes good old Taylor Swift as well.
They made it to the AFC Championship game. They didn't really die off. They got beat by 3.
Well, I mean,
the year the Rams won.
I don't know. I just could kind of see why they.
Okay, I didn't really feel like that would be your take. I really thought you would be like, no, it's not rigged. Because I honestly think it would take a lot of resources, a lot of manpower, and a lot of people keep their trap shut that I don't think really are good at keeping their trap shut. That to make that work. Because here's the deal: gambling on the NFL is like a multi-billion-dollar business. If people knew it was fixed, they wouldn't gamble on the NFL.
Well, that's just the thing, is it's a business. Now, I mean, look at everything. We want to say, oh, there's too many people to keep their mouths shut and blah, blah, blah. But for example, let's look at what's happening in Hollywood with not Diddy. And so, yeah, it could easily be ran as kind of a business that's
Well,
not.
I think it's labeled as entertainment on their
Yeah,
whatever that's
so
called. But
I don't know. Anything is possible at this point, and that's kind of, I don't know.
see, if I truly thought it was rigged, I wouldn't watch it.
Oh my gosh, Saquon Barkley, thank you. He's on my
Did he get a touchdown?
He ran it for about 50 yards for a touchdown.
Good, because he's on my other fantasy league.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I like the live updates. As a matter of fact, it helps me kind of remember what's going on. But let's talk about Diddy. Oh, no. I got one last statement to say about it being fixed. I think as long as there's referees involved in a sport, you're always going to have those what's going on type things, right? Like because of that. But then I started thinking about what sports are out there that don't have refs or judges.
There's not.
I could think of like one or two. And at some level, there's still some sort of a judge.
Yeah.
Like ping pong.
Right.
Either hits the table or doesn't hit the table, right?
Well, there's like a line judge, isn't there?
I think he just kind of oversees. I don't think he actually makes calls or unless they ask him to. But there's always going to be that human element. I mean, I was watching the Royals play the other day, and the home plate umpire was not consistent at all, calling strikes a foot off the plate and then calling some of the balls down the middle balls, and both teams are getting mad at him. So I don't know. I don't have the answer to it. I just thought it was hilarious how mad people got when the Chiefs beat the Bengals last week. So just thought we'd talk about it.
Well, I mean, to be clear, I don't want to believe that, and which is why because I love football so much. Like I love the game. Mm-hmm. And so I mean, yeah, that's why I still watch it. I don't want to believe it because I love the game.
What's the most important thing in NFL?
Sports, so,
What's the most important thing about the NFL? Who the NFL? Most important.
Money.
Ratings. Money.
Well, and ratings, yeah.
I mean, without the ratings, there's no money.
Can we just say so? Oh, sorry, Greg. I didn't even like you're fading in and out for me for some reason.
You keep going in and out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay.
But so I have the Sunday ticket. I got it free. It was like a whole thing. I got it for free because there's no way, especially now that I have it, I would ever get it again, just so we're clear.
Mm-hmm. Everyone I know that says the exact same thing.
I love the fact that I can watch 4 games at a time. What I don't love is if there's a game like the Saints and the Eagles are playing right now and it's on local, I can't watch it or add that to my 4 games. I have to watch it separately, like on a different channel. It pisses me off. It should be every single game, regardless where you are. You should be able to watch on the ticket if you're going to pay that much money for it to begin with. So
they have so many different rules about areas and viewerships and things like that. And then you got the streaming services. And that's my biggest fear when it comes to professional sports is you're going to have like 8 different streaming services to watch all the games. And I think it'll die away. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that it's feasible that it's fixed. Could there be plays that sway different things? Possibly. But I also think that it is one of those deals where it would be easier to infiltrate like a certain player and have them like drop a couple passes or something like that. I just don't know how you get a group of people to throw a game. So,
yeah.
Let's talk about P. Diddy. You brought him up. What do you think about all that?
Man. What the hell? Like, I don't know. All I know is I'm hoping he stays alive in jail.
Yeah.
I read something the other day that he's on suicide watch. I also read something else that it's amount of time that Epstein was on suicide watch, so they're a little bit worried what's going to happen.
I will tell you, I worked in a jail for a few. It wasn't that long, but part of suicide watch is not necessarily for the person like actually going to commit suicide. It's just also keeps them under more of a watchful eye. A lot of times they'll like keep people like in more solitaire, not like what you'd think of in the movies as like the hole, but
Yeah.
just like so people can't get to them. It's just more of a beefed up security type thing. So it
Yeah.
may be that, but also you could look at a guy that had, I don't know, the world and completely just, I mean, he's basically looking at life in prison and all the luxuries of the world. And I could and he cares about those sort of things too, right?
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that being one of those things where it is, you could turn suicidal pretty fast. But what do you think about all the names and all the rumors and all the things that we're not going to confirm or deny rumors, but it will be very generic. But
I honestly, at this point, I'm kind of at the place of I wouldn't be surprised who comes out. And it would be, I guess, disappointing if some of these people, because I've always been a fan, I guess, or just liked their music or liked what their, movies they did maybe. But honestly, if they are part of it, they need to go away. They need to get what they deserve. So
my biggest hope is that everyone gets exposed.
that's
I mean,
kind of
if
where
you did these things,
get
your name out there, let's start over with this whole thing.
that is exactly where I am. Like, I don't care who you are. If you're involved in this, you deserve to get exposed. So
Agree with you 100%.
And I think it's going to be quite a bit, kind of like the Epstein list. This is going to be the Diddy list. And it's a lot. I mean, you just see the pictures of it. I know they're just pictures. Like, let's speak real on that. Like, I've taken pictures with people who,
Here, Birdie.
yeah, ended up not being the greatest people.
Right.
And it doesn't mean I have any involvement with them. It just was a picture, right? So, but there's some really big, like, friends of his that they had to have known what was
Epstein. Right, Rudy?
Yeah, now
you're super loud, Greg.
Super
really?
Loud.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, that's what we were talking about earlier. You need a new microphone. That's better.
Well, I just got a new microphone, so I guess I didn't set it properly.
It's junk.
Is that? No, it's actually really good.
It's a little better. It's not. I don't know how to explain it to you.
The items that they confiscated from his house were very, very interesting and weird.
Makes you know that there was some really weird things going on and probably illegal things going on there.
I mean, you don't need anything in bulk.
Not like that.
Not those items, all right? You don't need bulk. Couple bottles may, last you a year. So you'd be okay.
We're just going to end that talk right there before my brain ends up saying things it shouldn't say out loud. But I will say, too, though, that, you have all these celebrities, all these people in power, all the rumors that have been going around for many years now about the different things they're doing behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. And then you have things like this that happen. It's just time to bring it all to light. I keep seeing things on X, like Matt Wallace will say, hey, the information I have will blow your mind. Well, then share it.
Matt
like,
Wallace.
quit trying to be clickbait and just share it. Like, tell the people what's going on.
I can't believe do you follow that dude?
No, but sometimes people comment on his stuff and it shows up on my timeline.
Probably about 2 years ago now. Maybe a little bit longer. He blocked me.
That doesn't surprise me.
Because of Safe Moon. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he blocked me at one point too. And then for some reason he's not blocked. Or maybe I can still see what he says. I don't know how the algorithm really works, but it's it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. And I'm actually really hoping that they will expose it. Let's get it out there. Let's put these people who are doing evil things. Let's put them away. Let's be done with it instead of covering for them all the time. So it's just crazy how that all happened. Yeah.
I'm kind of ready for it all to come out. I mean, at least even just his stuff is going to come out. What he was doing doesn't necessarily mean everybody else's, but
If there was any underage people in this
Oh.
deal, then all the names need to come out.
I'm pretty sure that they confirmed, right, with him.
I think so, but you know, if you want to be a freak behind closed doors, be a freak behind closed doors. But if you're involving children or do anything against people's will, then all names need to come out, every single one of them. So, yeah. So, let me tell you one thing that smacked me in the face this week. The
Oh,
Fed, you got excited about that. The Fed cut the interest rate.
by actually more than I was anticipating, actually.
I think they said it was the biggest one-day cut in, if not ever, in a really, really long time.
Right.
So
Mhm.
I know that's good for a lot of people, but for the way that I have my investment set up, it's actually costing me about $400 a month now. And my bank, that fast, is like as soon as it happened, they dropped it. But here's what I don't get. It dropped 0.5%, right?
Mhm.
And mine in my bank dropped like 0.7%, like more. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it just drop 0.5% also? Like, I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. So I need to say I might be moving some money around this week once I figure out who can offer the best interest on different things. But
Yeah.
that was nice of them to, I mean, I get what they're trying to do and it makes sense, but you know, there's problems if they're dropping it historically, an historical amount at one time. Like that's a pretty big deal. So yeah, anyways, that's just one of those things kind of smacked me in the face as I was sitting there and I was checking it out. But you want to know something that's going to smack both you guys in the face?
Football.
So it's our pick'em segments, and guys, it didn't go well for 3 people last week.
Yep.
I got lucky, super lucky, with the Cleveland pulling off the victory. But this week's picks is we are actually always picking a week ahead. Okay, so this week, like this weekend, I've got Detroit. Caleb's got Tampa Bay, which wasn't looking good earlier. Greg's got Carolina. Holly has Las Vegas, and the comments have Detroit.
Mhm.
Who you got for week 4?
Oh, hold on.
I'll tell you who I picked.
Who?
Do you have one, Greg?
I was going to say Giants over the Cowboys.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Well, actually, the Giants are looking good today. Not Saquon Barkley, but I have Singletary, and I have him on the bench. And I debated because I knew this Eagles and Saints game was going to be a tough one. Like it's a really good game. I actually am enjoying watching this one. Anyhow, I almost removed Kamara and put Singletary in there, and for a long time I was like I should have did that, but now Kamara is actually
Doing good.
doing really good, but Singletary is doing better.
Oh,
And the current score of that is 21-7. I would have not thought that at all.
no.
At all.
No, me either. Holly, actually, you get the first pick, and then we need somebody from the comments to make a pick. Comments are pretty quiet today.
I'm gonna go.
Greg, you can maybe kick your mic up a notch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
You took.
the Texans over the Jaguars.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
the comment section can pick. They cannot pick Green Bay, Detroit, or the Rams. They can pick anybody else. The Rams let them down.
They let me down.
Yeah, they did.
The one game I was like confident in. No.
Bearded, since you're the most active at this moment, and I know you know football, I'm going to let you try to pick the comment section game. I'm actually going to go Cincinnati next week. Cincinnati plays Carolina, so I'm going with Cincinnati. That's all right, Bearded. We just need somebody else to pick. And then Caleb was supposed to send me his pick. Because, by the way, Caleb's not feeling very well. That's why he's not here.
I didn't even address it.
No, I forgot. I was all stuck on the hat.
Caleb.
So we need to decide who we want to pick for Caleb for next week since we picked Greg.
Oh.
He can't have Houston, New Orleans, or Tampa Bay. Let's give him Chicago over the Rams. Are you good with that, Holly?
No. What about the Ravens over the Bills?
Ooh. All right.
Because he's like, his streak is over, right? So we're starting over.
No, Caleb's 2-0 and I'm 2-0. You guys are
no.
Yeah, you guys, your streaks are started over. Caleb's still got a 2-game streak.
What about?
I mean, if Tampa Bay loses this weekend, then his streak will be over. But which I think they were.
It's 26-7.
Yeah, let's go Baltimore then for Caleb.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we're gonna use Mad Mike's cards over Commanders. Every time I kept reading it, I kept thinking it said Commodores. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. Let's see. I gotta find them here.
No comment.
Arizona, where are you? They're the last one. That's why. Okay, so Comet's got Arizona. Holly, you have Houston. Greg, you have the Giants. Caleb has the Ravens, and I have the Bengals for next week. So best of luck to me, not you guys.
Wow.
Whatever.
All right, last thing I got.
Good luck, Josh.
2 things that we have on the list that we want to talk about. So we had introduced a NFT line that we were running a raffle off of. So if you buy an NFT, then you get a raffle ticket, and it's good for all the drawings. Next week would be the week that we would draw for the NFT raffle, if there's any that are sold this month. And I don't know, Greg, how many have been sold this month?
One.
Okay, so right now there's one that's been sold, so there will be a raffle, but I don't know. Maybe I'll throw some money in that thing too, and see if I can't up the pot a little bit. But if you want to get involved in that, that's cool. You just need to go to OpenSeas. The link's on our Twitter page. If you don't, that's also cool. Like, it's not something we're trying to push on people. It's just something we wanted to introduce and see if people wanted to do it. But if we do go a month where there's not one bought, then we'll pretty much shut the thing down because there won't be a drawing. Now, we could always bring it back if one was bought a month later or whatever that looks like, but just wanted to be upfront with everybody on that. And then the biggest news of the day before we get into Holotivity. We are doing something different. And we're not going to show you or give you a sneak peek. That's next week. But what we wanted to do was explain to you what we are about to do. And what we are going to do is rebrand. So we are going to actually rebrand the podcast. The new brand will come out on the first weekend of October. It looks like October 6th. And what that's going to be is new graphics, new design, a new look all the way around. But we are actually changing the name of the podcast too. That has to do with several factors. Some of it is just algorithms. Some of it that we've found has been really hard to get through some of, say, YouTube, not necessarily X, but YouTube's algorithms with the word crypto in it. It doesn't mean that we won't talk about crypto, but it's going to be more of what it's been the last, what would you say, 10 weeks? I mean, this is pretty much, it's not what we're going to talk about. What we're going to do is going to be very similar. It's just going to have a different look and a little bit different feel. So be on the lookout for that. Next week, we're going to share our new our new graphics with you so that you can check that out. And also, since we're going to be changing on every platform, we didn't want somebody going, wait, who's that person? Like all of a sudden our logo is gone, or even our ad is going to be changed. So we wanted to make sure that we gave people a couple weeks notice before we just changed it. And that's kind of where we're at right now without really giving too much away. Is there anything you guys wanted to add to that? No.
No.
Okay.
Never
Without
seen
revealing
it.
anything.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you guys have seen it. I think that people are going to really like it. I think that it's going to resonate with people. I think it's going to stick out. I think it's going to kind of allow us to do some things we weren't allowed to do in the past. Some of that has to do with certain people that wouldn't come on that now might, if that makes sense. And we'll get into a little bit more of that once we change and this and that. But we just want to let you know. And also, here's the thing. And any of us getting any younger, right? And so we want to know that whenever that day comes that we decide, and I'm hoping it's way down the road, okay? I mean, we're not looking at doing this, but we want to know that we did everything we possibly could to make this a success. And so we're checking boxes, and we're kind of decided that this would be as good a time as any to kind of rebrand and kind of go for it, so to say. Last thing, then I'll let Holly bring some positivity. Okay. From time to time, we run into some really awesome people. And from time to time, some of those people need a little bit of help. Can we all agree with that?
Yes.
From time to time, we need a little bit of help. But I have a person, and I'm not going to name any names, that could use some help. And so all I'm doing is I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. If you want to help this person out, all you need to do is DM the CryptoBROS X page. This is not for anyone's glory. This is if you want to help, DM me. I will send you this person's Cash App. Now, I'm not going to tell you who it is right now, but I think it'll be pretty obvious whenever you see it, who it is. And then if you want to change your mind and not do that, I get it. But for the most people that know this person, I don't think that's going to happen. So we want to be able to help people from time to time whenever we can. But the cool thing about what we do is there's a broader audience. So it may not be today. You may be not watching this live. You may be watching it on Wednesday. I think this person could use some help even that far down the road. So if you want to help, no, it's not Kenny, Matt. But if you want to help, DM the page, DM RX, and I will send you this person's Cash App, and you can decide. I'm not going to give you the behind-the-scenes story of how this all went down. All I'm going to do is give you the Cash App and let you do what you want to do. Like I said, we all can use a hand from time to time. Also, at the exact same time, we aren't very good at always asking, right? And sometimes when people need help, we can't always help. So if you're able to, great. If you're not, there's no hard feelings whatsoever. But we want to help the community the best we can. And with that is sometimes we may do this from time to time. Now, just full disclosure, I would never do this for anybody that I didn't trust. Does that make sense? But it doesn't mean that you have to trust them. Okay. I can't fully dox people for other people. This is one of those deals that if you want to help, you have to go in with what your heart tells you to do. And then no matter what ends up happening, then still be good with it. Right. And that's how we've always done things anyway. So I wanted to throw that out there. Anybody that wants to help, let me just reiterate, DM the CryptoBROS X page. I'll send you the Cash App. I don't want to touch the money. This isn't anything like that. I'll send you that. You can send what you want to send, and that's it. And there's not going to be a lot of glory for it. It's just going to be something that's going to be between you and that person, and just a way to spread the love. So with that being said, Holly.
Yes.
Do you want to amaze us with your positivity?
Yes. So for today's Holitivity, it is Chris Vaughn. He is one of my favorite people, and I just really appreciate a tweet that he put out the other day.
I love how that just completely covers your face.
Oh, that's okay.
See what happens when we don't have the 4 people here? Holly just gets covered. But anyways, go ahead.
That's all right. All right. So the other day he tweeted out, "I am learning to understand rather than immediate judge or to be judged. I cannot blindly follow the crowd and accept their approach. I will not allow myself to indulge in the usual manipulating game of role creation. Fortunately for me, my self-knowledge has transcended that, and I have come to understand that life is best to be lived and not to be conceptualized. I am happy because I'm growing daily, and I'm honestly not knowing where the limit lies. To be certain, every day there can be a revelation or a new discovery. I treasure the memory of my past misfortunes. It has ended more to my bank of fortitude." And it is a quote by, well, not more, it's way more than a quote, but by Bruce Lee. And I love that one because Chris actually does a very good job at not following other people. He is the leader. And it's something that I've just noticed over the, almost 3 years now, maybe a little less than that, time that I've actually gotten to know him and the person he is. And, he's always sticking up for everybody, and he does not feed into any drama. He doesn't allow it in his projects. And I don't think he knows how much that is appreciated, because I can't say that for a lot of projects out there. But Chris's DeFi elitism or, GFi, it's just, he is a leader and he is doing a good job.
Agreed. That was a good post.
Josh, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I am on mute. I don't know why I always do that. I try to take a drink with the ice, and I don't want it to be loud on the mic, and then I forget to turn it back on. No, but he is a really good dude. And he's also one of those guys that will reach out from time to time and just say, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, he doesn't want anything. He's not looking for anything. He just checks on his people. And, he's been on the podcast before. I think we're definitely going to have to get him back on again at some point. And he's just, it's kind of like, it's what you see is what you get. And I love that about people. When people are that way, then I can connect with you, because I can't read between the lines. And if you try to beat around the bush, we're not going to have an intelligent conversation. But no, he's awesome. He really is. And I will say too, when I read that, I was like, man, Chris, that's deep. And then I got to the very end and said, Bruce Lee.
I know.
I didn't realize it was a quote, because he'll say things like that. So it wouldn't be beyond him to just talk that way. But yeah, Holly, before we end the Holitivity, you going to have Family Feud anytime soon?
Oh my gosh, yes.
People want it.
I know. I get DMs every Friday. My DMs are flooded with people asking, and I hate when I have to tell them no. But honestly, this past Friday, I've just been so busy with work. And this past Friday, I was up at 3:30 in the morning working. And so I knew it wasn't going to be like an easy fix. It was going to continue through the day. And I didn't know what time I was going to be out, done with that. So next week for sure, I promise we will try my hardest.
Pinky swear.
Pinky swear.
All right. Well, we'll let you off the hook, though. It's, it is one of those things too, though. And I think most of our fans understand there are times where we try to do the best we possibly can, and then life just wrecks it. And we just know that when we say something, even if it doesn't end up happening, we have done everything behind the scenes to still make it happen. So, but yeah, I will try to catch that this Friday then and enjoy some laughter. I know people love it and they miss it. So
yeah,
even though Caleb's not going to be here, we're going to have Caleb's choice. And I came up with the questions.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So you better be scared.
It's time for Caleb's choice.
His choice. His rules.
Okay, so question number 1. What is the most exciting play in football? And I say that because there were some crazy plays in college football yesterday.
Oh man, let me think of my favorite. Oh, one of my favorites is the reverse.
I was
Oh.
thinking the reverse.
I really like that one just because when it works, it's freaking awesome.
So did you see the Hail Mary from Colorado yesterday?
Are you kidding me? Yes, I did.
Yeah, so the first one, the guy dropped it, and you
I
think,
know.
oh, well, you had your chance.
It
And
hit
then they
right in the chest,
Yeah.
right, and just bounced.
And then the second one they caught. So
Mhm.
that's what got me thinking. And then I saw BYU's punt return versus Kansas State. Did you see that?
I did not see that.
That was insane. That might be the play of the year.
Oh, really?
So that got me thinking, yeah, go back and watch that. That was insane.
Okay.
The guy's actually running backwards after the ball because they kicked it over his head and kind of caught it. Like it might even hit the ground. I don't know, but he was running the wrong direction when he caught it. And then 98 yards later, I think, touchdown.
Holy
It was insane.
crap.
But
Sad I missed.
yes, so that's kind of what I was thinking. It was like, you know what? There are a lot of exciting plays, but if you think about exciting plays, you guys both pick reverses.
No, I was thinking
Oh.
reverse.
What
No,
would you-
I would
yeah,
have to say
I would-
the flea flicker.
Well, the flea flicker is a good one too, but reverse is
When
definitely
that one works.
mine.
I don't think for me anything beats a good punt return or a good kick return for a touchdown. Like whenever that happens, that gets you out of your seat. I don't care who you're rooting for. You're gonna all of a sudden stop and pay attention.
I mean, I guess it just depends on how, like, what the return looks like. Because I feel like when there's more people involved, like you're passing it behind you, that gets really, really awesome. But if it's just one player just running through everybody, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's awesome, but just not as cool as involving more people.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just choose to disagree.
Fine.
But speaking of Kansas State, did you guys hear what the guy said about if Kansas State loses to BYU, what he was going to do?
No.
Mm-mm.
For real?
Mm-mm.
Well, he said he was going to take a 5-layer burrito and do something inappropriate with it.
Oh,
Did
wow.
he do it?
I don't know. Which brings me to the next question. What's your order at Taco Bell?
You're ridiculous.
I
You
like
are
5-layer
so
burrito.
ridiculous right now.
What's
crap.
your go-to?
I
But for
immediately-
real, Holly, that happened. That guy said that he was going to do that with that burrito if Kansas State lost to BYU, and he did, and they did.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. Now I'm gonna have to see if he did it.
I'm not. I don't want to see it.
Now I don't want to see it. I just want to know if he did it.
He'd probably
You know
delete his ex profile. I would.
My favorite from Taco Bell is now Mexican pizza when they took it away, because they took it away for a while and then it came back and it tastes so bad. Like
was
it
weird.
does not taste the same. But the one prior to was way better. So that was always my like go-to. Now I just get regular tacos.
Greg, what's yours?
I'm a sucker for a chalupa.
Mm.
I
It's not
the
bad.
chalupas.
What is yours?
With the Dorito in it or whatever.
The Doritos Locos.
Well, yeah, they got one with the Doritos Locos in it.
The best one was their volcano taco.
Yes. Why
And
did they
that
ever
was
get
good.
rid of that?
They're not bringing it back. There are
That's
no
so
plans.
dumb.
I have a friend that's he was in corporate and they're not bringing it back.
That's dumb.
Mhm.
That was their best thing that they offered was a volcano tacos. Yeah, no, mine. Do you guys know what a Mexi Melt is? I don't even
Yes.
think they make them anymore. That's mine. I used to love the Mexi Melts.
My mom used to always order that.
Yeah, I don't eat at Taco Bell hardly at all anymore, but I don't even know if it's a thing, but that was mine.
Yeah. I don't know if it is. I don't think it is. Because it used to be like on the dollar menu.
Yeah, nothing's $1 anymore though.
Oh no. No.
I wish.
You know what? I remember seeing not too long ago a whole complete like overhaul of their menu, and they got rid of a lot of things. And I bet you that was on there if it wasn't already.
It was, and some of the places made it better than the others too. So if you got one of the slimy, softy, nasty ones, they probably would want you to take it off the menu.
Yeah.
So sticking with the whole football, Taco Bell. Here's the third question. It just really has nothing to do with the first two. It's just I was trying to appease Holly. If you could only wear one color the rest of your life, what would it be?
That is so hard because my favorite color
Think
is
about
pink.
it. Yeah.
But I don't wear a lot of pink because I don't like the way it looks on my skin.
Is that for real?
Yeah. Like there's certain color pinks. Like if it's too pale of a pink, it almost like it doesn't look right.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, my skin tone is like a different color. It's like olive, brown. I don't know.
It doesn't show through the camera.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a thing. So I probably would go probably black.
What about you, Greg?
Goes with everything.
Be hot in
Well,
Arizona.
I like black. Black or blue. I like a dark color. I'm gonna go with dark blue because I would have Holly stole black.
Sorry.
Well, I'm going black
like
too because they're
Johnny
really.
Cash style.
I just feel like it doesn't. That's one color you kind of don't get tired of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like white, but
I do
also
too.
if that's all you could wear, there's
Every
certain
day.
places you're not wearing white because it's just going to get dirty and nasty. So
Right.
gray or black, but I would go black too. So
And Rudy's right. She said, I say black because it's thinning. That is true.
oh, I need a lot of black in my life then. All right, Holly's question.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
I have a lot of pet peeves.
Oh.
My biggest.
Yeah. One that you can't.
Okay. The biggest thing is, and this is a little bit borderline on whether or not it's a pet peeve. I just can't with people that can't speak the truth. If you can't tell me the truth, I'm out. Like, I don't care. I will tell you guys the truth all day long, even if it makes me look like an idiot. But if you lie to me, I can't stand it. I can get over just about anything else you would do except lie. I can't deal with that. Is that a pet peeve?
I don't know.
Because yours is more like never wear. I can't stand it when people wear like yellow shoes or something. I'm just mean that's more of a pet peeve. Where mine's more of like I don't know, just a rule to live by. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, my biggest pet peeve is like noises. And it could be chewing or even tapping. If you're sitting there tapping, I'm gonna lose my shit. Ask Mike D. He gets it all the time because he likes to tap. And no, it gives me anxiety. Stop it. It gives me like this crazy anxiety, makes my stomach hurt. Like it's that bad.
You gotta call 911.
Well, I feel no. Well, I'm not gonna call 911. But if you keep doing it, we may have to because I will like rip your head off. So
wow.
Yeah, it makes me so angry inside. It's the weirdest thing.
I'm that tapper guy. I shake my knee like when I'm sitting down. My knee, my leg shakes like, and my wife's always slapping me like stop. Because I just can't sit still.
Yeah, and if like I can hear you chewing your food or drinking your food, just stop it. Like stop it right now.
Yes.
Angry Holly.
Heads off.
It's so bad. I probably should see someone about it. How bad it like gets me. Yeah.
There's a chance.
Deep meditation, Holly.
No,
Deep meditation.
That doesn't work. I tried. Doesn't work.
She tried.
I'll off camera. I'll tell you what works.
You know, honestly, so here's the thing is I have this weird, I can hear everything. And I mean, like, I don't know why, but I can. I had to get my ears checked one time, and the guy said there is no way anybody is talking behind your back because you'll hear it. So I can hear,
boy.
the like super high things that they use for birds to stay away, or I can hear it.
Mhm.
And yeah, and so I have a suspicion that because I can hear so well, that little things that I hear makes me crazy.
That's funny you say that because I can hear electronics.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like it used to be
Like the
really bad
hum.
with like the tube televisions. Like I could hear that from across the house, and not the sound of the TV, just the sound the TV made to be on. It's better with LED technology. It's not as loud, but I can hear electronics, and it's super annoying.
Yeah.
I learned to tune it out though.
Yeah, I've learned to tune out a lot. Some things I probably shouldn't, but I do still. So
Yeah, I learned it. I lived in a house with 3 women for a long time, and so 2 of them now moved out, but I learned to tune out a lot. And now I'm having to learn how to tune in to like my wife's voice again. Yeah, I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
people not using turn signals, that's a good one, Bearded.
Yeah, that used to drive me crazy, but now I just don't drive in the city anymore. I just country roads. Greg, are you ready to spill some cryptic knowledge on us?
I am ready.
Okay. I always forget to ask you before we start.
All right, this one's from Mike D.
Mike D.
Mike
My
D.
name's Mike D, and I'm about to get money.
Yeah, there we go. So we've talked about this before, but Mike D sent me the Joe Rogan podcast 2-hour-long episode about it. So, do we live in a simulation?
You're not going to show us a 2-hour-long video, are you?
Yes. Get
I'm
some
gonna take a nap.
Get some... No, I'm not gonna show you that one. I got actually a little. It's just a little funny one, but we'll talk after.
Okay.
Oh, I kicked him off the stage instead of making him solo. You
I
see
know, I'm
how
like,
that worked?
wow.
Was
He's
just
like,
like-
okay,
Yeah, see you, Greg. No,
He's
But this is not proof. But here we go.
Proof that we are living in a simulation.
it started off with
All
proof.
of those things we shrug off every day. Or is it just proof of lazy coding? 2, outer space not having any sound just feels a little too convenient. 3, half the population just admits to not having any sort of inner monologue. How am I supposed to believe that you actually think? 4, when you see a car or a word for the first time of the day and suddenly you see that yellow car and word everywhere you go. 5, what really scares me, though, is how when you're in a car, you can barely stretch your arms to either side. But a bus can fit 4 people plus an aisle, and they both fit in the same street. 6, ever notice how you can walk into a room and completely forget why you went in there? It's like someone hit the reset button on your short-term memory. 7, dreams are another strange thing. 1 minute, you're flying over a city, and the next, you're in your high school classroom. But nobody finds this odd. It's like our brains are streaming random episodes from different series.
That was just for fun. I just like that video.
I'm sure there's a scientific reason, though, Greg. I do think it is super odd that there is no sound in space.
same.
I loved how he just said that's just too convenient.
Yeah.
Like,
But-
right?
But I guess I get it. Whatever their explanations, I'm not going to get into. But at the same time, it's super weird that there's no sound.
The bus one got me too, 7. The bus.
Yeah.
Stretching your arms in a car. It's so true.
But here's the thing: have you ever? I mean, the width of those are not the same. A width of a car and a width of a bus are not the same. Just like a width of a
True.
semi is not.
But they're not
The
that
same.
much. They're not that much more.
I think it would surprise you.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact stats on it, but I think they're wider than you think. Because I've worked out of like work trucks, and there's a lot of room in there. My truck out of my driveway is not that big. It's still a truck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think there's something I would be curious, and it might only be like it's one of those deals where it's like a foot wider, but it makes all the difference because of the way they build the ceilings, and it just makes it feel spacious. I don't know. I tried to not ride buses. 'Cause that's where all the crazies are at. That's where I met Greg.
Chris says
the
the
bus.
sound needs surface to bounce.
Yeah, it's something about the vibration and the echoing and
So, yeah.
But you know what, Greg? Honestly, when it comes to if we live in a simulator, there's so many ways to like believe it. There's a lot of things out there that makes you want to believe it, but I don't want to. So I
okay,
don't.
what would be the purpose of us being in a simulator though? Are we talking like the Matrix where they're like plugging us in just to use us as a resource?
Well, I think
It's just running the
idea is,
simulation.
I mean, what
What's
is
the
the purpose
definition
of
of-
us being alive?
what's the definition of a simulation, really? Like, is reality? I mean, it depends on how you term it. If God created all things and we live in his thought, then his thought is a simulation of his thinking. It's simulating.
Yeah,
it's
I get that. But I
creating.
think most people think when you say simulation, though, they think it has something to do with like computers
Video
and
game or computer, yeah.
some sort of a computer program. But
we all have DNA, right? Genetic code.
I don't know if everyone does, Greg.
If you're gonna use science,
There's a couple
to explain
people
it,
out there that I'm not sure about. Okay.
if you're gonna use science to explain things, science says that DNA holds code that is the instructions for our bodies to generate, to produce things, to have whatever personality, how we grow, how we look. That is technically a code, like a computer. It's just a biological form of it.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Holly that though it's even if you had a lot of really good arguments, which I've yet to see a lot of really good arguments, I wouldn't want to believe it, even if you had the arguments to convince me. But
no, who would ever want to believe that their existence is just because? You know what I mean? Like, you're just here because someone's playing a game.
Right.
Someone like that.
Well, yeah, you instinctively want to come up with a reason why it's not true.
Well, yeah.
It's like a defense mechanism. Don't want to. I don't want to go there because that would question everything I've ever believed, and I can't do that.
Well, and that's the thing that's why I think a lot of people don't do a whole lot of research because they're going to research their way into who knows. They don't want to they don't want the truth. And that can go for almost anything. The truth is hard and very scary to face sometimes in some situations. So
bring it on. I always want the truth.
Yeah, I don't know. Some things I wouldn't. Like this, for instance, I would not want to know that I was living in a simulation. I wouldn't want to know.
Well, then you could unplug yourself maybe. Or ask Neo for help.
I talked to the aliens. Who else do I need to talk to? Come on.
The aliens. Did you get abducted again, Holly?
Not yet. Not much. I'm like waiting, but
I know you want it to happen.
They don't want me. I don't know why.
It's a hard thing for people who are, and this is not to offend anybody, who are religious, which, I've grown up in Christianity. I believe in God, but it's just a hard thing to contemplate when you're a religious person.
That is
when you
true
have certain
too.
mindsets, it's hard. It's an area you don't want to go because you think it might make you question what you've always believed in that religion or that mindset. But we just don't understand anything. So that again is a program that creates fear that you're psyching yourself up for nothing, kind of thing.
Well, that even goes all the way back to what we were talking about with P. Diddy. There are people out there who don't want to believe it because they worship these celebrities and they don't want to think that they could ever do anything like that. And they will be crushed if they find out that their favorite celebrity had anything to do with some of the things we talked about earlier that are highly illegal with underage people. I mean, they would crush them because that is their idol,
Well, I mean, just think about his kids. What I mean, say his kids don't know. Wouldn't that crush you? Like people are going to get very hurt.
Oh yeah.
This information, and that's sad because it's like collateral damage that you really can't.
It is, but it is time that we quit sheltering that stuff.
I agree.
It's time to get it out there and then let people make educated decisions based on facts and not based on rumors. So,
I don't even know if he has kids.
I think he has a couple daughters.
I was going to say, I'm thinking he does for some reason.
Yeah, there's already pictures of him out there too, where they're showing like side by side photos, and they're like, "This isn't the same guy." So it's almost like they've already sent him off to some playground, and now they're saying that the guy they have arrested is not him. So it'll be super interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it sure will.
All right, you guys ready to put it to bed?
Hold
Put
on.
it to bed.
Oh,
we're not putting
right.
I
this
killed
could be-
it.
You know what? Okay, this could be a part of put it to bed.
All right, you get to go first then, Greg.
All right, I just wanted to know, does Mike D believe we live in a simulation for real? If he wants to answer now.
Oh Lord, he just said it's more likely than not.
Oh, there we go. All right.
You see, he's a conspiracy dude.
That's why Greg and him get along so well.
And seriously, yes, and I have to tune some of it out. He talks about it all the time, Greg. Like you and him can talk for hours, I'm sure.
Yeah, she's gonna start blocking your number on his phone.
Done.
like she kicks him off.
Yeah. That's funny. Holly, you got anything to end us with? Any closing thoughts besides go Rams?
Oh man, it's gonna be a crazy. Let's just pray for a miracle, please. Out of all the teams of all that are out there, and every week, this is the one game that I care about the most.
I'm rooting for you guys this week.
Miracle.
Yeah, I just don't like the 49ers.
I just want to reiterate one last time that what we talked about earlier about helping other people. If you are interested with very little information on helping someone, DM us on X. I'll send you the Cash App. Do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me how much you want to send. It's just a opportunity to help some people out. Mm-hmm. And we don't want to touch the money. We don't want any of that stuff. It's just that, hey, here's some people that we know need some help. If you want to help them, great. If not, that's totally cool. Nobody will ever know. But as long as this podcast is out there and I get a DM that will have somebody that wants to help someone else, I will always find someone for you to help because there are always people out there that do need help. So this is going to be sort of a running deal that we want to be able to put you in touch. Here's the deal. I've always been the guy that wants to help people, but I don't always know what that need is. So we want to be able to help you guys that feel the same way that I felt, that you want to help, but you don't know who needs the help. By all means, remember, we don't fully dox them, but there are people that don't just show up one day. There are people that have been a part of our lives online at least that I would help myself. And in a lot of instances have. So it's not like I'm asking you to throw money at anything. It's just that if you want to help, help. If not, it's cool. But we just want to make this space better. And that to be one way that we can do that. So that's all I got, guys. Enjoy your football. Enjoy your week. And God bless.
Be kind.
I should have probably had the intro ready to go. Or the outro.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.